the teacher. She should have gotten half her pay for not doing her job.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Like I said, I feel sorry for.
Oh, do I actually get a chance to talk about Jeremy Renner? I bumped this story like 3 times. Disturbing animation shows how Jeremy Renner fell into the path of a 14,000-pound snowplow that crushed his body. Now, you heard about this, right? A new animation
was on The View too.
Was detailed the moment actor Jeremy Renner was crushed by his 14,000-pound snowplow near his Lake Tahoe home on New Year's Day. First of all, he thought that here's a picture of it. He thought that his nephew was getting ready to get ran over by it because he was in the middle of it.
Right.
And it was kind of out of control, this machine. So he thought he was jumping to save his nephew.
Right.
He tried to jump in. See, this is how they doing all of this to pull the truck. See, they showing the animation. And then his nephew was walking away and his back was turned to the machine. And the machine was going towards his nephew. So he jumped up on it. You see how he jumped up on it here, not realizing this thing is moving.
Yeah.
He didn't get a chance to even get inside the door before, look, it rolled him underneath the thing.
Was he in snow?
He was in snow.
Woo!
I think that saved him.
He was on the ground.
Yeah, I think that snow helped him.
It would have crushed him.
And it rolled over him. He said he felt his ankles crack. He felt his legs crack. Each time as it rolled over, his back, his arms, everything. He said even his face, when it went over his head, his eye popped out of his head. He said his eyeball was looking at the other eye.
Ooh.
It was hanging out like this, and it was looking at the other eye.
So it was still in place.
It was still in place.
The nerves were still able to see.
Everything was still there.
Ooh, that's scary.
So he knows that that's a miracle.
Yes, it is.
He's alive,
He
Mom.
was on The View. Remember?
He's alive.
That actor that was on The View. They had that big old look at that accident.
He survived it,
He
Mom.
survived it.
And he plays a superhero.
Yes, he plays a superhero.
He's one of the Avengers.
Yes, it was.
And so every place that he goes, they say, you the real superhero.
Yes, you are. Yeah, because they just play it.
And they asked him, would he do it again? And he said yes, because he thought he was saving.
Yeah, he was saving his.
But then they came to find out his nephew would have got out of the way, and he had time to get out of the way.
Oh.
So he risked his life. Ain't that something?
That's snow, though. I bet if he wasn't.
Thank God he had that snow.
He had a little bit of room to go down in the snow. Because the thing still crushed him, but it probably would have smashed his whole body.
Oh, yeah.
Had he been on a surface part there was no snow.
Mike said he is going to pass a bill breaking up beer corporations. I'm sure he is, because he was embarrassed, the other guy, the representative.
Oh, yeah.
He probably don't like beer monopolies because of that, because he got embarrassed. Wendy says, no, Kim, Tyree Nichols. Oh, yeah. Was the one that got beaten by the 4 cops. Remember?
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
What about it, though?
That's what she was talking about.
Right, I know
Tyree
that.
had already been beaten and kicked and tased for 22. About him running. When you were saying about not running, I don't think she was talking about Tyree. Wendy. She's talking about generally when people run.
No, I'm just saying still.
But Tyree was running because they had already beaten him up.
I know, and there's, you never know.
Yeah. But Wendy says, but it didn't damage any of his organs. Yeah, we going back and forth, y'all. I know.
Lord.
All right, so yeah, she talking about Tyree. Tyree running was different. They was already beating him up and tasing him. He was running to save and get away.
So
and
he wouldn't.
That's right. And he was near his house, and he was running to try to get home.
Right.
To get somebody to help him.
But he didn't run fast enough.
Well, they got him. They had already beaten him up and stuff.
Yeah.
So
they were after him.
Well, they was going to kill him anyway, whether he ran or not.
Well, no. No, they wasn't.
They was beating him. I watched the video. They was beating him and they was stomping him. And had he not gotten up and ran, they probably would have killed him anyway.
They probably would have. But the motive wasn't to kill him.
Oh, we don't know that. How we know that?
Well, the fact that they beat him still was bad. I'm just saying that it was not.
I don't know that. I don't know that their motive was not.
Oh, I don't know.
Until I see that trial,
him up because of that whole situation.
I don't know.
So we.
I know if I'm stomping
because he passed away 3 days later. Right?
I know if I'm stomping stomping you and I'm doing all of that, if I'm on the jury, I don't know what their motive is. Bring me the trial. Let me hear the details.
And what can get them off as far as the manslaughter and the other murder charges is that the intent was not to kill.
Well, you got to show me that.
The intent was to beat you down because you did this, and this.
Well, the prosecutor...
Oh, man, you died 3 days later?
Actually, you're right. It's the prosecutor has to show that the motive was to
bring that murder charge to a number one.
Right.
Okay.
Which you can easily do by saying,
if you got
to have that many people on you, stomping you and kicking you, then the motive is not to hurt you because they know... And as police officers, they know that if you want to hurt somebody, you could do it another way other than that.
Right.
So they probably would say, the prosecutor, I don't know, he would have to bring the case, is that it was to brutally
and I'm sure when these little police shows that I watch, I'm sure they're getting these cases from real cases that actually happen. Because there are, like you're saying, a good defense lawyer, a good prosecutor,
right.
But they work with the law, and the law can get people off for just doing something. You're like, whoa,
right. And then the other thing going by with the running, where I agree and disagree with what you were saying. If you know you can get away, I would run too. If I know I can get away,
how can you get away from a gunshot?
No, I'm saying. You have to look at that's what I'm saying. You got to look at the whole situation. I know. If you're in the car and they haven't stopped yet and they still driving up, a lot of people got to run. They never catch them. Yeah. Well, I'm not, you just sit there. No, I'm out of here. You want to chase me? You got to jump over some fences and everything. But if if they out already and you're not going to outrun a bullet. And you're right. They're not supposed to shoot, but we've been seeing where they do a whole lot of stuff they ain't supposed to do.
I know.
But on the other token, how many people don't run like George Floyd and all these other cases, and then they end up still killing them? So you almost do better running, I guess.
I don't think so.
Yeah, whatever. Let me see. Wendy says, but the one that got run over by the snowplow, I didn't hurt any of his organs, which was good. It just broke all the bones and stuff. They've been doing it a lot of times about shooting. Yep. All right. So thank God, Jeremy Renner, true Avenger.
Yes.
Can you imagine what pain he was in?
He was taking probably every medicine you could think of.
And that big 14,000-pound machine, and then it rolls slow. So it's rolling over. It's like flattening you out. Okay. I finally got to the Jeremy Renner. We won't get to this.
How fragile is our bodies?
We won't get to that.